of the Ariwa. I think there is the chairman, Ariwa Youth for Peaceful Coexistence in the Federal Capital Territory, Mark Opanachi Oga. Mr. Mark, I'm sure you'll be listening to what he's saying.
Yeah, thank you, John.
He's saying that the protest for Nigerians to come out of the streets to protest because of what is going on in the country, and the president needs to wake up.
Thank you, Joma. Thank you for having me, and thank you, my brother, for your view. I speak in the capacity of Ariwa Youth for Peaceful Coexistence, the chairman of FCT, and like you rightly questioned, I actually object the planned and the purported protest for so many reasons. You know, this is barely 2 years. But we have a president. I understand that there are hardship here and there, but you cannot take the fact away that, yes, the president has been trying to ameliorate the hardship of Nigerians caused by the previous administration. Look at it now. Permit me to roll out some of the things the Tinubu administration has done that I think Nigerians should be patient for a government that mean well for Nigeria. One is this. In less than a year and a half, this government has done this. New minimum wage. The government has increased the workers' minimum wage to 70,000 naira. This is what the previous administration struggled with. Before Tinubu came, you know how much the Nigerian civil service they were taking. This is a government that in a short time, the long agitation of the people, local government autonomy, he granted it. As we speak now, a lot of states are struggling to have their elections so that they can have federal allocation. So development is getting to the grassroots. Courtesy of who? The Renew Hope agenda. It was part of what he promised, to decentralize his administration so that development can get to the grassroots. And look at it again. A government, 75 billion intervention fund for manufacturing sector, so that Nigeria manufacturing sector can be self-sufficient. This is a government that have done this. Is this a government that you protest against? Nigerians have been brainwashed by people who cannot bear the brunt of election defeat. What are we protesting against? What has protest led to Nigeria? Destruction. Do you remember what happened during NSAS? We all came out in good faith, trying to correct the errors of Nigerian policing. But at the end of the day, it was looting, arson, and destruction of our infrastructure. When you call for protest now, the next thing you will see, you and I know what Nigerians will do. There are people that have planned that if there cannot be an election, the government cannot run efficiently. I am speaking in the capacity of Ariwa Youth for Peaceful Coexistence. I am speaking for this government in the interest of Nigeria. I did not even campaign and vote for, I didn't vote for Tinubu. I voted for Atiku. I campaigned for the PDP, even though I was not a member of PDP, because of the abysmal performance of Buhari, of the APC. And I gave a protest support to Atiku, hoping there will be a change in government. But when Tinubu won, the race is not for me. It is for a better Nigeria. So I will have to support him in the interest of the entire Nigeria. Not to forget, let me roll out some of the benefit of Tinubu, why we should not protest. It is not about bandwagon effect. Everybody say, oh, let's protest. Who are the protesters?
Okay, let's take a look at their demands. You mentioned some. Return subsidy. Bring subsidy back. Because there are some states where they sell fuel for 1,000 naira per liter after today. Yeah. And if you take a look at the person's take home, even the 70,000 naira, a bag of rice is 100,000 now. If you want to buy the cheapest rice, you can get it for between 75 and 80,000 naira. And that will not even carry a family of 5 for 1 month. And the salary is for, let's assume, the lowest salary for that family for 1 month is 70,000. And people who have cars don't drive anymore. They jump into vehicles. Transportation has become very, very high. Just look at from here now to Maraba or to Karu, which is about 10 minutes They will ask you to pay 1,000 naira during evening time, closing time. Then normal time you pay 500. By the time a worker goes to work, coming from there and going back, that 1,000 is to drop you at a strategic point where you can either take keke or even pay another taxi. So at the end of the day, the worker is paying 4,000 naira every day. Times that 4,000 naira to 40 days in a month. Is 70,000 naira okay? So I think the people are saying the hardship is too much. You have said the president has done this and that and that. But people are just telling us here now some of the things he has done, but people don't know about it. So if they go ahead now to say, President Bola Tinubu, these are our demands that we want. Change electricity tariff, return it to what it used to be. Then go ahead and take a look at the fuel price. Please bring it down. Take a look at hunger in the land. We want things done well. MMPC, where is our refinery and all that? Is anything wrong if the president decides to say, okay, I will answer to this even before August 1?
There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
Very good. See, one thing Nigerians must understand is this. You don't throw away the baby and the bathwater.
Yes.
Just because you are having a headache does not mean you have to cut off the head. Governance is a gradual process. And like I mentioned earlier, Nigerians did not elect a magician. They elected a human being like
let's
you.
Let's look at the basic needs that the Constitution talked about.
See, there's
basic needs. 1, security and welfare. Welfare is how the people can live. Just give them comfort. Create an enabling environment. That's what Nigerians are asking for. You know, initially when President Tinubu came, they were so happy with what they saw. They saw good roads, they saw some roads in the FCT, and people were like, wow, this president is doing well. But an angry man is an angry man. So is this government ready to resolve those challenges?
In terms of welfare, let me remind us too that this is a government that have cut down tax rate. Tax rate has been cut down from 52 to 10.
Of what? Tax on what?
Tax has been reduced, numbers of taxes from 52 to corporate body to 10. In FCT, I run a business. In FCT, before Tinubu came, there have been a lot of multiple taxation. You know, AMAC will come, they will ask us for television tax.
They still do it.
And other people will come.
Thank God I live in FCT. They still do it.
But the fact is this, the effect now, you know, it is better than what we used to witness.
Okay, let's
then secondly, let me mention something. There's rice subsidy. When you mention in terms of hardship, you know, in every state now, the presidency have given trailer loads of rice, palliative to cushion. First of all, 64 trailers of fertilizer to each state for agriculture. Then secondly, we have rice subsidy, 20,000 bags of rice for each of the 36 states. So this is a government, this is a president that is aware.
Let's take a look at local governments in some states. Some of them are 40. Are you aware of that?
Of course.
Count 20,000 bags of rice to local government.
Yeah.
You are talking about 36 states in the federation with population of over 200 million. We're not looking. See, the elites in this country are less than 10%. Are you aware?
But of course, sorry to cut in. You don't expect, like I said, the president is not a magician. The best he can do is to cushion the effect while we continue to look for permanent solution.